Hey Forrest, just a heads up, we now have a different category for submitting your videos called video analysis. I just have it pulled up here, but just video analysis. So next time you have a video, just go and post it into this community and we'll just make it easier and more connected. I'll be posting the response in here and tagging you, so it should be pretty obvious, but we'll go and break it down. This line felt really good. I know small potatoes, small sports, never too small. Never hit a jib before this season. That's awesome. Backboard's 90, GoPro, let's focus. I'm going to stick it to my helmet in the future. All right. It's also way better if we upload it onto YouTube because now I gotta like go track it down a little bit and it just doesn't play quite as nice, but we got it going. So we're just going to break down what we see and I'll let you know what I notice. It seems like the main focus will be hitting the features. Yeah, let's go and break that down real quick. So right away, there's one thing that I want you to go and correct here. This could be because you're just holding a GoPro, but you're coming to the feature pretty opened up. Your chest is sort of open towards the feature, and that's what's causing your foot to like sort of kick out a little bit and get this slight angle on the board because you're closing off as soon as you get on the feature, but the damage is already done being opened like this. So just go make sure you're a little bit more closed off coming to a feature, and that'll just make it seem a little bit cleaner. Because what that's doing is it's making you not slide perfectly across it, coming off slightly like this. Then there's a bomb hole, so that's why it's not as smooth as it otherwise would be. So just make sure you're a little bit more stacked before hitting the feature. And let's keep going. But that's super common when learning. All right, let's go and break this one down because that seemed a little bit weird. Oh yeah. So for this box, you're coming in a bit on an angle here. So notice how you're doing this last second turn. This turn is putting you on your edge. And since this box is right on built in, your edge then is clipping onto that metal there. That's why you're falling. So to remedy this, what you would want to do, this probably is just because the skiers are there, but you just want to approach the feature more straight so you can approach it more flat based. Because again, look, your upper body's open towards a feature. That's causing your board to want to go and shift this way over, come in. So that actually seemed like an intentional backboard there, but you don't want to be like coming onto a feature with like leaned over, opened up like this, and then popping to backboard. We'll see if there's another one we can go and talk about because that one isn't the most coachable. Yeah, so that was really good there. Came in straight, still upper body's too open. Popping up, nice toe pressure, nice straight line. Board staying straight. Yeah, so that was good. Just would need to hit that feature slightly faster because of ride on, or you need to go and shift your weight back a little bit to go and not your nose dip down. All right, here's a backboard we can go and break down. So you're coming in, chest open, bit of heel pressure. Yeah, so this is really common when learning backboards. It's just sort of like you're in a half committed state. So instead of like being fully here, wound up, approaching from the heel edge, popping up, you're sort of just trying to like push your board into board slide. You really need that little bit of a jump, or you need more disconnection through your legs and upper body. So I'll go and talk about that and demonstrate it not on your video, but that's why you're going and not getting fully 90. I'll demonstrate that right after we're done reviewing the clips you got here. Oh, a little sideways approach. Sorry, I've just got text. All right, I can't ignore it. All right, so this is, yeah. So this is not a textbook approach, mostly because you're going and having your weight shifted forward and then trying to last second go and turn your board onto the rail. You see that? So you're coming up to it, but you're going completely straight, but won't put you over the rail. So last second, you're using your tail to go kick you onto the rail. So just your nose is hitting it and then your tail's behind, making you need to hunch forward. You never want to be hunched forward like this on a rail because it's putting you at risk of toppling if you slip out. We will go and talk about, no, I'll talk about what you do to fix that right now. So when you're getting onto a rail from the side, you actually need to go and have this angle of approach. So instead of coming straight up an angle, you just want a slight angle like that. So see how your board's angled like this now? You just would want to hold that angle the whole way because you want it so your airtime perfectly syncs you up to the center of the rail. Because that last second little push onto the rail is what's disconnecting your upper and lower body. And then, yeah, just avoid breaking up the waist because that's how you get taut going. This angle is actually really good for coaching forefoot. We can really see a lot, and you're doing good for your first season hitting rails. We're just video analyzing it, so we're breaking it down to the utmost. So again, this is something I think we're just noticing in all of your features. You're just approaching it too open. We'll go and watch through the couple ones, but we don't need to break that down. You just approached it too open, making it so your board isn't stacked, making it harder to lock into the feature. Cool. I'll stop share here and I'll go and demonstrate a couple of things I mean. So basically what I mean is when you're approaching the feature, you're approaching it like this, hips open, chest open. What makes it so your board wants to go and match where your body's at. When you're on a surface that can't grip like a box, this is what's causing like that little bit of shift, a little bit of unbalance. Because also when you're here, that's how you balance. But when you're stacked, you can balance by just squatting down lower or shifting like this, right? You can't really do that as much if your chest open. When your chest is open, it's more common to do that. So focus on keeping your body straight. And when you're approaching the rail, approach it as straight as possible. But when you are approaching it from the side, you want to go and make sure you're just matching a straight angle towards the rail. Not super aggressive, just light. So when you're angled up, your pop puts you forward that little bit, and that's going to be what delivers it. Then for your backboard, what's happening is your chest is open when you're approaching it. So when you pop up, you're just matching to where your chest is, what isn't a fully rotated degree. So you actually need to be coming in closed off like this. And then when you pop up, you counter rotate the other way like this. That's where the rotation's coming from. It's not just opening up your upper body and trying to jump into it because that's not a fully rotated position. If you're doing that, you need to be like this, like that, all right? That'll take you up to fakie. But if you're trying to do a backboard to regular, you need to come in squared off. Then when you pop up onto the feature, counter rotate the upper way, and that's what pulls you back. So that's just like a little bit of a disconnect. If you're going and trying to use full on like pre-open rotation into your backboard, it's not really what you want to be doing. You want to be starting from that stack position, using that stack position to either continue the rotation to fakie or to use counter rotation. Then you go and pull it back after. But looking good for your first season, man. Go and make those small changes, and it's going to really help make your rails more consistent and less scary.